You ever see male models and wonder how they look so freaking good with their shirts on, with their shirts off, their faces, their cheekbones, everything? It all comes down to one primary thing, and it's being at a very low body fat percentage, typically between 8 to 12% body fat. So as a model myself, I have to sustain this pretty much 24/7 or else I can miss out on jobs. So today I'm going to share with you some of my personal secrets to stay super shredded year round. I got tested, I'm 8% typically on average, so without further ado, let's get it. First of all, guys, I would like to point out that your body fat percentage, it's almost like a rubber band, you know? So like the first time you get super lean, it's gonna be hard to sustain it. But once you get to where you can actually maintain it, it's gonna be easier and easier to sustain this effortlessly. This is why I always preach that it should be effortless to get lean, because once you have it figured out, it's very easy. So obviously, step one is you need to get lean first with a consistent caloric deficit, proper macronutrients, intermittent fasting. It's super easy, super simple. If you need help with that, link in the description box for one-on-one coaching with me. Obviously, the biggest issue is sustaining it, because all these gym bros, all these bodybuilders, they get shredded, they get abs one time in their life, maybe like 2 weeks for a summer, but then they lose it. No one can sustain this stuff because they don't have the proper protocols in place. After you get to your desired body fat percentage with that consistent caloric deficit, with the proper refeeds, now you need to find your new maintenance calories and sustain. So typically take your current body weight multiplied by 15, and this is how you sustain it. Now, as you're at this low body fat percentage, you need to be lifting very, very heavy in the gym. This is always going to be signaling to the body that you still need this muscle mass. So it's not allowed to use this as a fuel source, because if you start doing pump workouts, CrossFit, high volume body weight stuff, what it's going to do, you're basically telling the body like, hey man, I don't need this muscle. I'm just doing pump stuff. It's not that serious. I don't need strength. And so it's going to burn through it. So you're trying to sustain this low body fat percentage. All of a sudden you're getting skinny. All of a sudden you're losing gains. And it's not a good look. I'm always preaching this one, but it is so important, man. If you're not sleeping enough, it's going to screw up everything. And specifically staying lean. Because when you're at this low body fat percentage, hunger is obviously always going to come into play. And so if you sleep, let's say 5-6 hours in a night, you're going to be hungry all day. You're going to wake up starving. So you have to get like your 8-9 hours if you want to sustain a low body fat. I've actually done studies on this. If you get less than 7 hours a night and you're in a caloric deficit, typically you will lose twice the amount of muscle as someone who's getting a healthy amount of sleep. When you're at this low body fat state, blunting hunger is going to be key. This is why models are always blunting the hunger. So there's a couple different things you can do. Number one, sparkling water. So fill up the stomach with all these bubbles, everything, make you feel full. Diet Coke, I love Diet Coke. You guys can whine in the comments like, oh, it's not healthy. No, of course it's not healthy, but it tastes delicious and there's 0 calories. And coffee is another great one, but coffee obviously has tons of health benefits as long as you don't overdo it. I love coffee, blunts your hunger, helps you stay shredded 24/7. This one is strange, but I used to notice, man, whenever I would jerk off, right afterwards, I would always get so hungry. So one thing I do these days, I don't jerk off. So I do nofap. And so this pretty much makes sure that I don't get hungry. Obviously, after you have sex, something like this, yeah, a little bit of hunger will come up, but it's not as much as, let's say you're jerking off twice a day, you're getting hungry all the time, you know? So personally, I do nofap, and this helps sustain my hunger levels pretty low. Most of you guys eat whenever you're actually dehydrated. You cannot recognize the difference. So you want to drink between 1 to 2 gallons of water every single day so that your body has enough water, and so it doesn't confuse that with hunger. So many guys, you feel like, oh, I need to eat a Big Mac right now. No. You need a full glass of water, and this will instantly make that hunger go away. Another thing I swear by, supplements. So you're at this low body fat percentage. It's going to be harder to be getting all the vitamins, the nutrients that you need. So I swear by taking all these supplements that help you stay healthy, because I've done this before, man. I've stayed very lean, but I got to where I started looking unhealthy. I started looking like a crackhead almost. So one thing I do now, I swear by beef liver, collagen, oysters, high doses of vitamin D, maca root, ashwagandha, Brazil nuts, everything, man. This stuff is so good for you, and it's so good for the hormones as well. Now, this is the biggest hack to staying lean, man, and it's being able to eat the same meals pretty much every single day.
Holographic meatloaf? My favorite!
And I love it, actually. Like, when I eat my same meals, I love it, because I've created my meals delicious. I love everything that I eat on a daily basis. Breakfast burritos, chicken breast, chocolate. I love it all. So you want to get repetitive with your dieting for 2 reasons. Number one, it's going to be very easy so that you don't have to think about what you're going to eat. And number 2, you're not going to mess up your macronutrients. So many guys, let's say you go out to dinner, you get a cheeseburger. You track it at, let's say, 500 calories. But it might have been a 1,000-calorie cheeseburger with a whole bunch of fat. you cannot tell the difference. Now you screwed up your entire day of dieting just because you tracked incorrectly. So this is a huge one. Here we go, more people whining in the comments section, but I swear by cigars and shisha to blunt the hunger. Tobacco is obviously one of the greatest ways to blunt hunger. I'm not an advocate of cigarettes or vaping, but when it comes to cigars, you don't inhale it into the lungs. I think it's perfectly fine, and it's gonna blunt the hunger to make staying lean effortless. Last but not least, it's gonna be our original food source, the sun. I believe that getting consistent sunshine will blunt the hunger. It's gonna boost testosterone, make staying at a low body fat percentage easier than ever. That's it. Link in the description box for one-on-one coaching with me. Also, win kalosique.com for the best supplements in the fitness industry. And don't forget to subscribe. Best self-improvement channel on YouTube. That's it. I love you guys.